Greetings everybody and welcome to Madrid Ball. I hope you all are doing good. Real Madrid managed to score 3 past Levante at home, but honestly it was such a weird game to watch. For large phases of the game you could feel the tension, you could feel the animosity. Ancelotti looked like he was running into troubled waters. The Bernabeu crowd was whistling at the football on show, but in the second half after the Asensio goal we saw a totally different version of Real Madrid compared to what we saw in the first half. It was almost like the players felt liberated after the first goal. They felt like a huge load was taken off the shoulders, and usually we see the players tend to get comfortable taking the advantage, knowing that they were in pole position to take the 3 points. But I think there was a sense in the players that winning by a goal was not going to be enough. The question marks would still be there, and keeping that in mind, they showed the desire to get the second and eventually ended the game with another. It was a display which again raised a few questions, but for the moment Real Madrid would be content that at least they have rediscovered their goal scoring touch. So in this video we would be doing the post-match analysis of Real Madrid versus Alaves. We'll go through the important happenings of the game, and without further ado, let's get started. And having a look at the lineup, there was Courtois in goal. In the back four we had Alaba, Militao, Mendy and Dani Carvajal. In the midfield we had Casemiro, Valverde and Luka Modric, and in attack we had Benzema, Asensio and Vinicius Junior. And before doing the analysis, let's quickly do the shout out. 3 of you were able to guess the correct scoreline, and today's shout out winner is Mr. Mashkur, and I congratulate you for getting the scoreline correct. And sharing some thoughts on the starting 11, we had pretty much expected these players to start, but finally Valverde got his break and he was given a chance to impress. We were saying before the match that Ancelotti needs to groom Fede Valverde, he needs to get him ready for the big match against PSG, and the only way to do that is to give him a consistent run of minutes. He needs to play much more regularly, and Ancelotti realizes that as well. We saw Valverde was handed a full 90 minutes, and about the performance, I'd say there were spurts of brilliance in his game. I particularly like that he had carried the ball in attack when Modric had sent him through in the first half. His final pass let him down there, but he does seem to be making some progress. He was getting involved more often as the minutes went by and made some nice progressive passes, but of course he's still not at his best. We all know he can still take it up a notch, but those 90 minutes can really be a platform on which Valverde can build upon and make a big impact in the side. And talking about the first half, if we make a fair assessment, there wasn't anything that got us really excited. Real Madrid had more of the possession and Alaves attempted to stay compact. Our attackers were not looking sharp, there wasn't any creative spark in the way we went about our business, and I would say at one point the football was even looking stale. We could not create any danger. Vinicius as well was handled by the defenders of Alaves. You could see a few patterns of play. Real Madrid attempted to create an overload on one side, and then we used to see someone like a Modric who would make those long balls and switch play to the other side. In those occasions the likes of Asensio and Carvajal found themselves in a lot of space and had opportunities to deliver some good quality crosses, but unfortunately the crossing was below par in the first half. In fact, it simply wasn't good enough, and other than that Real Madrid had just displayed a boring half of football. It merited the criticism of the Bernabeu crowd, and it really needed Ancelotti to force some changes. Be it attitude change or be it change in personality, Real Madrid needed to come out with guns blazing. However, that wasn't the case. It was only when Asensio had scored the goal that Real Madrid came back to life, and about the goal, it was a majestic goal, even better than the one he scored against Granada. His placement was perfect, he got the curl right, the keeper got his fingers to it, but the shot had too much power and accuracy, and what can we say, it totally came out of the blue. None of us were expecting the goal, none of us were expecting Asensio to score, because if we analyze his game before he scored, he too was having a subdued night. Just moments before scoring, he had almost gifted Alaves a goal. Had that gone in, Asensio would have been standing in a pool of criticism if he wasn't already criticized for his performance against PSG. So that indeed was a much needed goal for Madrid, and also it was a much needed goal for Asensio. It seems like he's a little more turned on when he starts engaging with the fans, and undeniably his goal was the turning point in the match. It was his goal that provided the stimulus, it opened the gates for the Los Blancos. Alaves were now compelled to come out of the defensive shape and attack Madrid with more intent. This in turn created more space for the likes of Benzema and Vinicius to run into, and the second goal that we scored was a thing of beauty. That is the kind of football we like, that is the kind of playing style we have been demanding from Madrid. The movement was good, the passing was crisp. It all started with Fede Valverde making a progressive run into the final third. He passes the ball to Benzema, Benzema quickly moves it to Asensio, and Asensio with one touch pass releases the ball for Benzema in space. Benzema knew exactly where to find Vinicius Junior, and he came up with a simple finish to get the 2-goal cushion. And I really like how Madrid showcased the quick thinking and the quick movement, and this is what we need to be doing on a much more regular basis. We clearly have it in us, we have the ability to put some quality stuff on show, but will we see that more often in the games to come? That is still still a mystery to all of us. So overall, it was a game where Real Madrid were really made to work. The scoreline at the end looks a bit flattering. All of our 3 attackers got on the score sheet, but Real Madrid still need to do better. We know it wasn't the most satisfying performance, and once again Ancelotti showcased the same old issue of being hesitant to make quick and prompt substitutions. He had to wait right till the 80th minute to see if the players could get the job done, and Ancelotti, I think, really needs to get a grip of his in-game management. It worked yesterday, but had that brilliant goal from Asensio not come, Real Madrid could have still been stuck in a rut. The likes of Hazard, Jovic, Camavinga all had to warm up on the sidelines to only find themselves back sitting on the bench, and I'm not quite sure Ancelotti would be able to maintain harmony in the squad by just keeping his faith in a few players. We got the win yesterday, but there would be days when his preferred starting 11 won't be on song, and that time if Ancelotti would be turning to others, I'm afraid he isn't going to get much out of them either. The players on the pitch are tired and the players on the bench are lacking match rhythm, so I hope Ancelotti can fix this very soon, because the last thing that he wants at this point is losing the confidence of the dressing room. So those are my thoughts on the game, and let's conclude this video by hearing the thoughts of Carlo Ancelotti. He first assessed the performance of the team. As he said, we were in need of a game like that. We found going tough in the first half, but showed a commitment right through the 90 minutes. We lacked quality and movement in the final third during the first half. I told him that at halftime, and we saw an improvement after the break. Following our performance on Tuesday's night, the fans saw a positive reaction tonight, and that is positive. Then Ancelotti was questioned about Real Madrid's inability to get more goals in the first half. Most of the goals that we scored recently happened to come in the second, and on this Ancelotti responded, failing to score in the first half is a weakness. It's something that we have spoken about and that we are going to address. Our opponents really press up hard in the first half, and the intensity level drops after the break, and that makes things more comfortable for us. And lastly, Ancelotti was asked to explain the changes that he made in the game, and he replied, I was going to make changes, but when Asensio scored, I waited because I quite liked the way the team was playing. In the first half, we lacked a cutting edge in attack, but in the second, we showed a lot more quality in the final third. So those are the thoughts of the coach, and that concludes the post-match analysis of Real Madrid versus Alaves. Do let me know what were your thoughts from the game, and what were the things that caught your eye, right in the comments below. I'll see you soon. Till then, take care. Glory to Madrid, and as always, Ala Madrid.